Hi everyone, this is Darren with SimNation. Of course, tonight is championship night here at the WWPF, which will pit Invisible Witnesses Carolina Panthers against the Pittsburgh Steelers. The sim is already run, but I did promise you all that I would do the game itself. So, for those of you not aware, Carolina is going for a bit of history tonight, trying to become only the second team to ever four-peat. Of course, the other team was Oakland, who five-peated, and that was under Peter. Also, Carolina is looking for its sixth Super Bowl title, which would put them in some pretty elite company. Grasshopper with Atlanta, and then Butcher Jack with Indianapolis. So if he wins tonight, and all signs are pointing like Carolina will win tonight, then he joins a very elite crew. Pittsburgh, of course, is trying to keep an undefeated season. The reason why you notice less than um, normal confidence in my voice is Pittsburgh took a major loss in the conference championship against Miami. Will Jesse Payne, the quarterback who's pretty much driven Pittsburgh to this undefeated season, went out with a sprained ankle, was replaced by Glenn Brewer, who's a second-year quarterback. Um, and just not quite the same as Jesse Payne is. So the confidence that Pittsburgh had coming in, probably completely gone at this point. Brewer is a good quarterback, but he's not Payne. And generally speaking, the keys to the game today are going to be for Carolina to shut down Pittsburgh's pass attack, be able to keep everything in front of them, do what Carolina does best. They are the number one ranked defense in the league for a reason. Just keep people out of the end zone. For Pittsburgh, they're going to have to find a way to get into the end zone without Jesse Payne. So what that means is probably a shorter passing attack. Brewer, again, not the same type of quarterback who can throw medium, long, short. But it'll be interesting to see how it goes out tonight. I think tonight's going to be a defensive struggle more than it is going to be an offensive one. I don't expect this one to turn into a shootout. Pittsburgh's going to, of course, key on Edwards, try to keep him out of the end zone, force Baker to win with his arm. And again, Baker's a really good quarterback, former Maryland quarterback. And then, of course, for Invisible, he's going to try to make sure that Pittsburgh doesn't switch to a running attack and then really try to keep everything short and in front of them. So should be a really, really good game between me and Visible. For those of you not aware, Invisible is probably the SS tier of the WWPF right now from a coaching perspective. We're all just trying to catch him at this point. Yes, he did take two losses during the regular season, but Carolina's looked good throughout the year, and they have both a good offense and defense. So without further ado, we're going to just go straight in and start watching the game. Um, and let's get this started. I'm going to speed this up just a little bit more than usual just because I want to kind of get through it. But we'll see who comes out on top. So won't really know who gets the ball right off the bat. Looks like Pittsburgh is kicking to Carolina. So Carolina will get the first possession. Pretty good kick return here, about 26 yards by Caldwell. Um, not a good start. There's a penalty. Let's see who this is on. It's on Bernil, so that'll be 5 yards for Carolina. First play of the game, and looks like Caldwell for about maybe 2, 3 yards. Yeah, 3 yards before he's brought down by Mosley. Carolina's going to try to establish the run early. It looks like they get the first downhill on the short because of the penalty. That was Edwards for two. Um, Now let's see if he tries to throw, and he is. Baker's got some time. He's going to throw. That one looks like it was incomplete. He was aiming for, I think, Zimmel. Yeah. So second and 10, or yeah, second and 10. So they look to complete a pass to Zimmel for 7 yards. That'll bring up a third and short. Probably run Hill. Invisible likes to run the ball. Really good run by Colwell. Now, one of the keys for Carolina, of course, is going to be to burn the clock. Keep the Pittsburgh offense off the field, tire out the Pittsburgh defense. Another pretty good run there. This time the tackle was made by Lions. That's Edwards for 3 yards this time. And they're going to run Edwards all day long, especially if Pittsburgh doesn't shut him down. So Edwards is 11 yards. For those of you not aware of Edwards, he's only been in the season for in the league for 5 or 6 seasons. He has about 150 touchdowns. He's unreal when it comes to scoring. Baker's got lots of time, got an open wide receiver. I think he threw that one away, or that one fell incomplete for whatever reason. Guy was completely wide open. Baker drops back, gets this one out this time, and it is incomplete, broken up by Boyd, who's one of Pittsburgh's really fast linebackers. Um, get another penalty. Pittsburgh really can't afford to give Carolina anything with penalties, and they just did. Wide open person, he looks to throw, and that's incomplete. So it'll be interesting to see if they're going to kick the field goal. Taylor's pretty automatic. Both kickers in this game are really, really good. So Baker not starting really strong. 1 of 5 for 7 yards. But the rushing game is pretty good, and you won't see many returns in this game. Both kickers will probably put it through the back of the end zone. So now Pittsburgh's up. Their key is they need to sustain long drives. So Duran tries to run the ball. Nothing going there. He gets pretty much stacked right off the bat. You'll probably see Duran catch the ball more, and you see that there where he gained 8 yards. Um, Pittsburgh's key is they got to control the time. They got to control the time of possession in this game to win. Quick pass to Phelps. Phelps is one of the better tight ends in the league. Gets tackled by Powell, but that is a first down for Pittsburgh. So they're coming out with short passes, and we'll see if maybe they're trying to get short to go long. He throws that one that looks like it was a Tolliver, but that one gets broken up. Both teams have really, really good cornerbacks. Um, Brewer throws again. This time that one's incomplete. Barlow's a guy to watch. He's a really good cornerback. Throws the ball hill to deal. Looks like they'll be punting for 7 yards. Nope, looks like they're going for it. I did set Pittsburgh to aggressive for this game. That's why they're going for it. Looks like they converted, so that's a good thing. Tolliver again. You'll see a lot of that hopefully in this game where Brewer's going to try to get the ball to Tolliver. Tolliver is one of the better wide receivers. He throws that one. That one's incomplete. Plummer's probably going to be blanketed by Barlow almost all game. That's going to be a sack. And one of the big things that they are going to have to really, really focus on is how do they keep Brewer upright. Got a penalty here. Looks like that one's on Carolina for neutral zone infraction. That kind of hurts because it was 3rd and 20, now it's 3rd and 15. Brewer looks like he found Simmons, who is a 1,000-yard wide receiver, for 19 yards and gets the first down. So Pittsburgh is continuing to drive. This is a pretty good open drive for them. They tried to run the ball with Durand, and he just gets knocked down in the background, in the back field. Sorry. Brewer again tries to throw. This time to Simmons. Nothing going there. Then try to throw again. This time throws it to Durand, and that's 2 yards, but they're going to have to kick. Clark is pretty automatic as well, so I don't expect you to really see either kick or really miss anything from within 50 yards. So tied at 3 in the first quarter. Not as good of a return this time, um, and it'll be interesting to see how this one plays out on the second series. Both teams are really eating the clock, So Baker gets that one complete for 5 yards. They're going to run the ball here. Good run by Edwards. Anytime you see 48, that's going to be Edwards. That's a 17-yard gain before Bernier dropped him. Baker looking this time. Looks like he found Rivera before Chen knocks him down. That's another first down. And it looks like Invisible is going to try to win a little bit with Baker, so this is going to be interesting. He is one of the better quarterbacks in the league, so even though Edwards gets all the press, Baker is definitely someone you should keep an eye on. Caldwell has changed the pace back. It's about 2 yards, right up for 3rd and 1, and they got the first down really easily. So Martinez, I think that time got it for 3 yards. Right up on the end of the first quarter, and another completion to Zimmel. They're definitely having a field day with that. That should end the first quarter. And at the end of first quarter, we're tied up at 3. Uh, and let's see how good stop for Pittsburgh, but there's a penalty. And it's offside, so that would negate the stop and give Carolina a position you don't want to give them. Caldwell, really good run for 10 yards. Another first down for Carolina. They're definitely moving the ball on this drive, and more importantly, they're eating clock. So I think that one's incomplete. So Baker does not complete that pass. After completing a couple passes, they try to go to Caldwell again. I think that's Caldwell. He gets about 4 yards. Bring up 3rd and 6. They're probably going to throw the ball here. Baker tries a quick throw and doesn't complete that one, so they'll likely kick the ball again. And like I said, both kickers are automatic from this range, so I don't expect there to be a miss. Taylor did miss, so Carolina's now up 6-3 in the second quarter with about 13 minutes left. And again, Taylor sends it through the end zone. Definitely not going to get many returns for Pittsburgh. Brewer drops back, finds Durand for a gain of 7. That'll bring up a 2nd and 3. Um, they're going to try to get Durand probably more in this game than usual. Durand gets the first down, this time running the ball. But again, they've got to keep pressure off of Brewer. In that case, Ortiz gets inside and sacks Brewer for 6 yards. That's going to bring up a long second down, 2nd and 16. Try to throw that one thrown into coverage, not complete. Let's see what happens here. Got another penalty. These two teams are not more of the penalized bunch, so kind of quite a few penalties. That time it was on Carolina. Good completion there to Tolliver. Looks like it's for 7 yards. Pittsburgh's going to have to punt here unless they decide to go for it again. This time they don't. They do have a really good punter in Barnes. He gets it inside the 10. Carolina will start on their own 10. Really good quick pass outwards. There's a penalty. That's probably roughing the passer, and it is. Uh, the defensive tackle for Pittsburgh kind of knocked Baker down. Quick throw. That one's knocked down. Bring up 2nd and 10. Baker again looking. This time he finds Zimmel probably for about 6 yards, I think. They'll bring up 3rd and 4. Don't be shocked if they try to run here. They do. That's Colwell, but this time they're ready for it, and Francisco Simmons gets the stop, which will force a punt for Carolina. So again, 6-3. This is turning into both offenses are actually moving the ball fairly well. Pittsburgh keeps getting short-circuited by sacks. Another good pass there. This time he finds Simmons for 8 yards, so that'll bring up 3rd and 2. And they brought everybody in. That's another sack. Again, Ortiz is having a pretty good game already. I think that's his 2nd sack on the day. And Brewer tries to find Tolliver, but no one's going to be forward by that one, candidly. So Barnes comes back on. It's a 3-and-out. That's not what Pittsburgh needs. Short gain, a good punt, short gain. I think that was like 53 yards. So Pittsburgh's defense is going to be winded by this point because they're staying on the field way too often. So Caldwell gets a really good run. They'll gets tackled by the rookie Nelson. That's a 13-yard gain. And we got a penalty here. Let's see. There's a completion, but it's coming back for holding. Um, Waiting, and they throw the ball really quick, get a completion. I think that was to Putnam, 7 yards. Back throwing again. He throws that one away. He had pressure coming from the inside. So good job of avoiding the sack by Bakel. That does bring up 3rd and 12. Quick pass, quick catch, quick tackle. That's Zavala, the tight end, makes 6 yards. So it looks like both teams will punt. This was more of a 4 and out. And they pin Pittsburgh back pretty good on their own too. Not sure what Pittsburgh's going to do, Hill. Try to run the ball, nothing going there. Durand is pretty much dropped right off the bat. Probably try to run again. They got to create some separation straight up the middle this time, and Durand gets dropped again after a yard. So they're going to have to throw on this down, which risks the point of safety if he gets sacked, but he doesn't. He finds Plummer this time and gets a 14-yard gain. So gets a little bit more room to operate, tries to find Plummer again, and this time it's broken up. That may have been Simmons, actually. Drops back, finds Tolliver. Again, the key, I think, to success today is they're going to have to find Tolliver pretty reliably. He's got a better matchup than what Plummer's going to have on the opposite side. Tries to find Durand there. That's incomplete. Looks like it got broken up. Looks for Durand again. Gets broken up again. So 2 straight passes. They try to find them. Let's see. It's a 3rd and long. Good catch. Finds Plummer. There's a penalty. It's either holding or it's going to be a face mask. It's a face mask in this case. So it looks like Barlow brought Plummer down by his face mask. So that gives a good thing, and they bring the blitz all out, blitz again, and get Brewer again. This time it's William Martinez for 11. Definitely back him up, stall out the drive. We're late in the second quarter, so Pittsburgh's going to probably try to eat out some of this clock. That one's incomplete. This time he tries to find Timothy Deal for 5 yards, but they're probably going to punt Hill just in the interest of trying to push Carolina back so they can't get points off of this. So with 39 seconds left, Carolina start within their own 5. Quick pass, quick catch. That's Putnam again, the tight end, who catches that for 8 yards. And this should be the last play of the first half. And it is, and that's a quick catch. And so we will go into halftime with Carolina leading 6-3 on Pittsburgh. Both teams they started in the first quarter moving the ball really well. Taylor sends that one through the end zone. I don't expect Taylor to do anything but send the ball through the end zone. Both teams started out on offense really well, moving the ball. They've since struggled. That's a really good catch by Plummel over Jennings, and that gets Pittsburgh across the 50 and into Carolina territory right off the bat. I think that's 25 yards. Brewer comes out. I think he's trying to find Plummer again. This time that's incomplete. They just need to start throwing the ball. Tolliver finds Tolliver. That's a first down. Um, See if they keep throwing the ball, and it looks like they will. And this time they find Simmons for 7 yards. See if they run the ball, Hill. You will probably see Pittsburgh run the ball a little bit more often than they have this season. Looks like they ran it. That's going to be right up against the first down. And I don't think he got it, so tries to throw the ball. That's incomplete. So they'll probably kick the field goal here to try to tie up the game. And they do. And again, like I mentioned, Clark and Taylor are both going to be automatic throughout this game. There's not going to be much, though. Clark, though, does not have quite the leg that Taylor does, so it looks like he's not sending it through the end zone. That's not a great return. That's actually one that you probably wanted to go into the end zone. Good run Hill for, I think that was Edwards for 12. And drops back, and that's Bakel. He gets that one off and finds Zimmer again. got a penalty, and that one is unnecessary roughness on Johnson. So Johnson must have hit a lineman or something like that. So Baker's got time. He completes this one. Really good completion though. And that is the null for 20 yards. Baker's really stepping up in the second half. It's 2 completions in a row. He's got lots of time. You can't give Baker that much time, and Carolina scores the first touchdown of the game, and that's Rivera for 25 yards. Taylor will be automatic. I'd be shocked if he missed. So Pittsburgh tied it up. Now it's 13-6, Carolina. Carolina's defense has been really good in this game so far. They've kept Pittsburgh out of the end zone. So let's see how Pittsburgh responds. They fly in Plummer again, and he gets 14 yards. They're right on the 50, so we'll see if they can get into Carolina and get some of that back. He throws. This time it's incomplete. He was looking for Simmons, it looks like. And they're going to get him again. So Burrow gets sacked again by Bohm. This has just been a recurring thing. I think that's what, the 5th sack of the game so far. So they try to see if they can get some yards back. They're trying to find Tolliver. That one's not going any well. They kick it. That's a really short punt from Barnes. That's only like 39 yards. So no return, which is a good thing. But Carolina will get the ball again. Carolina throws it, but it's incomplete. If Carolina scores here, they can with the way Carolina's defense is playing, they can almost put this one out of reach. I mean, it's still early, but that's 11 yards. It looks like Hitchson was injured on that play. Finds, I think that's null, maybe. Yeah, that's null for 7 yards. So Baker definitely has come to life in the second half. He's moving the ball really well. Colwell with a really good run there as well. That's like 8 yards. Definitely need Pittsburgh secondary to step up to kind of disrupt Baker a little bit. That one looks like that one may have been broken up. That was trying to find Dennis Larson, who's a really good wide receiver. You'll probably see Bernio on him, who's one of the better cornerbacks for Pittsburgh. Got lots of time, tries to throw it. Looks like Bernio was on him again, and it looks like Bernio may have broken that one up. You still don't want that matchup. And again, he goes for him again, and this time it's complete for 12. That'll get the first down. Carolina is really moving the ball fairly well. Colwell, again, good run there. Colwell is definitely running the ball really, really well. So far, it's got 55 yards so far. Edwards, this time he gets stopped in the backfield. You won't see that very often, but that actually will hopefully mean that they'll kick a field goal instead of trying to go for it. I'm sorry, it's 3rd and 4. Now, hopefully they'll kick a field goal. So that one was dropped. I don't know that he would have got the first down. Looks like there were a lot of defenders there. And Taylor, again, under 50, he's going to be automatic. Scores another one, so it's now 16-6, Carolina leading Pittsburgh. First time that we've seen an actual kick return, that Taylor hasn't sent it through the end zone. Pittsburgh really needs a score on this drive if they have a chance in this game. Good catch there. That looks like it's Brock Phillips, Phelps, who's the tight end for 12. Need to keep moving the ball. This time he finds Duran. Duran gets the first down. So 17 yards. It looks like Pittsburgh is starting to get some movement with their passing attack. He drops back again. Quick pass this time. I believe finds Tolliver for 37 yards. That gets Pittsburgh within the 5. Kind of expect with 44 seconds left, Pittsburgh really needs to score on this drive, but Cecil Powell gets into the backfield and gets the 6th sack for Carolina. So It'll now be second and goal. This one looks like it was complete, but that's probably going to end the third quarter. It was the Simmons for 5 yards. So Pittsburgh really needs to score here because the game is kind of almost getting out of reach. So it drops back. This time he finds Phelps, and that is a touchdown for Pittsburgh, which will get them back within 3, unless they go for 2. They're not. They're going to kick it. So it's now 16-13, and we're in the fourth quarter. Really good return here for Null. It's like 28 yards or something. It's a great job though for them. Carolina will start at near the own 30. Quick pass by Baker that falls incomplete. Baker tries again. That one also falls incomplete. So right now they're about even in yardage between the two teams. So throws that one. I think that one is complete. That's Zimmer for 6, but likely going to have to punt. Artis is a really good punter, and that is a really strong punt. That's over 60. 63 yards to be exact. Again, pins Pittsburgh back. And only a 1 yard gain there, but there is a penalty, and that's taunting. That'll probably make Invisible really mad when he sees that. Brewer drops back, finds Phelps. He's starting to really develop that connection to Phelps, which is, I think, going to be important if Pittsburgh's going to try to get in. It's 2nd and 1. He tries this time to find Simmons, but that's incomplete. And drops back again. He's looking for someone. This time finds Dill, and that is a first down for Pittsburgh. They need to be able to find Simmons in some space, and they finally do. Simmons gets about 31 on that one. That's a first down, and Pittsburgh is now again in the territory of Carolina. Another good pass there to Simmons, and that's 7 yards. Simmons is having a decent day. See what they do here. They're going to run the ball. Looks like they got the first down, but it'll matter what the penalty is. And it doesn't matter because it's holding, and that one's coming back. So he looks this time. He finds Plummer for 8 yards. Bring up, 3rd and 4? 3rd and 3. Brewer steps back again. Looks like that one was completed. Finds Plummer for 5 yards this time. And Durand again. There's another penalty. Could be holding. Nope, second taunting penalty. So that gets Pittsburgh into a pretty good position. All out blitz again. This time Coleman, the safety, gets it for 7 yards. Pittsburgh has got to figure out how to stop that all out blitz because Brewer's just taking a lot of hits. Looks like he finds Steele this time for 7 yards. That gets it back to 3rd and 10. Touchdown would be really good, Hill, but not going to happen. It looks like Long gets this one for 5. You kick the field goal, Hill, especially when you have a kicker like Clark. So a 23-yard field goal. We're now tied up at 16. How much time do we have left? That one's another good return, another really good return. Special teams hasn't been really good for Pittsburgh tonight. Null is just having a really good game. So we have about 5 minutes left. That's not what you want to see on the first play. Edwards runs for 15. You don't want him coming alive this late in the game. Another good catch by Larson for 11 from Baker. Baker stares and broke out 200 yards, but he's having a solid game of just controlling the clock. That one looks like it was incomplete. Bring up 2nd and 10 with 4 minutes left. That one's incomplete as well. That That'll bring up 3rd and 10. And they'll get the first down. Really good catch by Larson, tackled by Bernal for 12 yards, but that gets them within field goal range. Another quick pass to Larson, another quick catch for 8 yards. Carolina is driving with 3 minutes left. You got to think that they want to try to burn the clock and try to win this with Taylor. So Pittsburgh gets a neutral zone infraction. Looks like that is going to be a sack. Newton gets inside and sacks him for 11 yards, which will bring up whatever it is after we see what this penalty is. It's on Carolina, so now we'll have a 2nd and 28. Baker drops back. That one looks like it's incomplete. Looks like he's aiming for null. Baker's going to get flattened. He fumbled it. So it looks like Pittsburgh got it. McLemore dislodged the ball and picked up the fumble. Pittsburgh, that's a big break for them. Quick pass for 7 yards to Plummel. You kind of want to control the clock here and get within field goal range. And this is probably why I'm going to regret putting Pittsburgh on aggressive on offense, because this is probably going to come back to bite me right here because they're not going to go for the field goal. So drop back and pass, and they get to him again, this time for 6. It's Ortiz again. That's his 3rd sack of the game. Ortiz is just having a game. See if he can't. Aims for Plummer. That's going to fall short. 2nd and 16. That sack really hurts because it takes him out of field goal range. With 1:06 left, has a step, but it looks like it was dropped by Tolliver. You punt Hill and hope that you don't send it through the end zone. So unfortunately, they sent it through the end zone. So now with 56 seconds left, Carolina has the ball. Baker is a big-time quarterback, if I remember correctly. I think he also has traits that are going to come kick in right here. So really good pass for 17 yards from Baker to Larson. Just Pittsburgh needs to try to not give up the big gain, and they just did. So 48-yard catch, and I think Carolina will call the timeout. Pittsburgh sitting back. That's not good either. So 6-yard gain to Larson with less than 20 seconds left. Carolina could kick the field goal hill, but they go for the touchdown. Larson gets it for 3 yards. Really good game, Invisible. Invisible will win his 4th title. There's no way short of Pittsburgh returning the kickoff or a touchdown. And let's be honest, he's probably going to send it through the end zone. He doesn't, but Pittsburgh maybe has one play, and they're going to have to bomb it. Nope, they throw short. Not sure about that choice of call, but 7 yards, and that will end the game. And Carolina is your WWPF champion. Congratulations, Invisible, on the 1st straight title, 6th overall. Definitely great season. Carolina played up to it. They definitely were the better team in this game. While I'm deeply disappointed, it is definitely worthy of another Carolina title. So he'll get a chance to go for Peter's record of 5. And he definitely deserved it with the way the Carolina Panthers defense played all season. If we look at the box score, we'll do that real quick. What you can see really quick is Pittsburgh was decent on 3rd down and 4th down efficiency. Didn't have as many yards as Carolina. Baker only threw for 275 yards, but did have those 2 touchdowns. More importantly, only gave up 2 sacks, whereas Brewer sacked 8 times for 69 yards, probably like 3 or 4 of those by Ortiz alone. And you see here that the rushing yards definitely stacked. They did keep Colwell and Edwards over 100. That's a moral victory, but 6.8 yards per carry isn't going to help. Penalties didn't help either for Pittsburgh, but the reality is the better team won this game. Pittsburgh did control the clock. That was something they were going for. Hill, both kickers had a really good game. Definitely the better punter was Artis. Other the two special teams play for Carolina was much better than Pittsburgh's. I think that was a difference maker in this one. A very clean game from both teams. Only one turnover, and that was the fumble. But Pittsburgh wasn't able to do anything with it. You do see a lot of pressure from Newton, but you see the same thing over Hill. Overall, really, when you think about it, the defense for Carolina was the determining factor in this one. Good game for Baker, really great job. And I think that's it for now for me. So Invisible, great job, and you definitely deserve this. And uh, everyone, thank you for your time, and hope you like this video. Talk to you later.